What's up, YouTubers? Your girl Survivor here. And I decided I'm going to do this video about benzodiazepines or whatever they're called. I don't know, I'm not sure. They find like the categories of like Ativan, Zoloft, Xanax, things like that. You know, mood stabilizers, I guess. But if you go off them, they'll make you have suicidal thoughts. I mean, it's like, I couldn't imagine taking anything that says it's going to stabilize my mood, but may cause suicidal thoughts. I see like a lot of people, they're, their own little diagnosis people they want to throw out there real easy. Things like, mental illness. Oh, they must have mental illness. Oh, they must have mental illness. They must have mental illness. I think that word mental illness, it covers such a broad spectrum, from simple sadness to actual psychotic, perhaps murderous behavior, like delusional murderous behavior. But usually those, people who are psychotic and murderous, they don't go to the doctor, especially like if they're paranoid. Then they're not going to go to the doctor because they're going to think they're out to get them, So here's my take on all that. As I've made a video before about how in 1984, my sister, she had a lot of ailments, anemia, heartburn, migraines, things like that. So they prescribed her, different drugs, and they did not mix well. So with that being said, I know the other week I made a video about how, that they have the technology now, so they should know that. So the other day I went to pick up 2 prescriptions, and the girl, the pharmacist, she said, well, I can't give you that one because it doesn't mix well with that one. Now, I thought that was really, that was good that she said that, because back then, like I said, that was their excuse for why my sister died. The pharmacies didn't, check that out. Here's the kicker. She never called me back. She said, because I said, oh, all right, well, I'll call tomorrow and then, tell them that. She said, oh, no, I'll have to call, and then I'll call you and let you know. But she didn't call back. So, like, where it was a good thing and I was impressed and I told her so, I said, that's a good pharmacist right there, And I complimented her for, being diligent in her job. But I didn't get a phone call back saying, oh, they said it was okay and you could pick the prescription up. But I did eventually get the prescription. I'm just saying, don't drop the ball. I mean, whatever. But with that said, like I said, when I was getting the port put in, they're like, okay, so they want to give me Tylenol and before the surgery, and an oxycodone or cotton or codone. I don't know what it was. But I said, oh, no, hell no. I don't do prescription drugs. I won't take them. I will not take them. I believe in physician heal thyself. I believe our body has the capability to make a conscious effort. And, I mean, my daughter doesn't even get Novocaine for fillings. I was like, are you kidding me, Rachel? She said, nope, I don't get Novocaine. Because, we just don't like that shit. It's not, I'll tell you what. don't think I've never had anxiety, okay? But, oh, and I'm sorry if I'm not weak enough for some people's likings or sick enough for some people's likings. But, I'm sorry. I just feel fine. I mean, yeah, I have stage 3 breast cancer and lymph nodes, but I feel like, maybe it's just, my inner warrior. I don't know. I'm not going to let this fucking get me. I refuse to. I got too much living to do. I'll find myself even, when I'm driving, going to myself, oh, I can't wait to do this or that in my life, in the future. I don't think, oh, I'll never do that again. I just don't feel that way. So I'm sorry if that's not to some people's likings. I'm sorry if I'm not sick enough for you. I'm sorry if, hey, I didn't film getting my head shaved. That short, cute haircut, it lasted a week. But I don't have to show me getting my head shaved. And I don't need to prove that to people. I mean, if you don't believe me, then you don't believe me. I could show you proof up the yin-yang, and if you didn't want to believe me, you wouldn't believe me. It doesn't make a difference. So I'm not lowering myself to try to prove something to someone that is going to have their own opinion anyway. But I remember, when I would get anxiety, it was after me and my daughter's father split up. She was young, and I told you, kids are resilient, so it was fine. But sometimes, he was just like a pain sometimes, really. It was like he hated me more than, he loved her at the time. But, that's gone away. But it was just... So anyway, I would get anxiety. And I remember I read this book. It was called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. And it was like a, collection of short stories. And there was a story in it that said it's all in how you see it. And it was like, on those days when you hate your life, you hate your job, you hate your apartment, you just hate everything. Remember the day before when you loved your life, you loved your apartment, you loved your, you loved your job, you loved life. If you can make a conscious effort to remember that everything was the same yesterday, it's all the same stuff, but you loved it. So if you make a conscious effort to change the way you're seeing it, it puts the control and the power back in your hands. So when you start taking these mood stabilizers that when you go off them, they're going to really fuck you up, or if you lose your insurance, you're screwed, then you're still not in control of those feelings. But if you can make a conscious effort to remember that yesterday, I loved this shit, you can control how you see it. And that gives you back the power. So no, I don't have any mental illness, and I do not take any meds. I just take the chemo, and I do have cancer, and I'm sorry that I'm not sick enough. Well, I'm not sorry that I'm not sick enough for you. Go screw yourself if you are pissed I'm not, weak and laying on the floor, shitting myself and puking. I'm not. I'm absolutely not. I'm not sorry that I'm not sick enough for you. And I don't need to prove to you that, well, I should be this sick, but here, take this as... I don't need to do that. I don't. Because I don't lie. Because all I need to care about who thinks of, about me as being me is me and my child. At the end of the day, those are the only opinions I care about. Me and my child. But if you can't see it in you to, be able to know a person of integrity, I'd say that's you're bad, and I'm sorry for that. That means that you're going to be disappointed probably a lot in life and find yourself surrounded by a lot of disloyal people, or maybe loyal for the wrong reasons. But on the other spectrum, I think that some mental illness, that people who are psychotic, delusional, and very violent and make threats, how do you handle that? You know, they're not going to go get help themselves because they think it's, you know, everybody else. And it's sad. It's, you know, most criminals, they don't go and try to get help for themselves before, because they don't think they need help. They think the person they're attacking is going to need some help. That's what they think. They don't think I need help for wanting to attack this person. They don't think that way. They don't. And you become the face of everything they hate. And then everybody thinks, oh, look how angry they are. Look at how angry they are. I don't know if that's like, you know, oh, well, nobody stalked me that fiercely. What's so special about you? I don't even believe it. I don't even believe it. You can have it. Seriously, you can have it. Because really, half the things people want to accuse me of lying about, I truly wish I was. I really do. But I'm a very honest person. I'm an open book. I'm not ashamed of things in my life. I'm always thinking, I'm always just trying to make a conscious effort. That's just how I live. I'm sorry if that seems like mental illness to you. I think that shows a little bit of your mental illness. If you think someone's sick because they want to be a good person and tell the truth and just tell their story and vlog about their cancer and be happy, I guess if that's sick to you, then that's sick. I don't know what to tell you, but I'm just me. And I hope you guys don't mind my, you know, vlogs. But I just, whatever. I see a lot of things I want to, you know, talk about. In fact, I didn't even get into the whole benzodiazepine thing I wanted to talk about. Probably have to make that for another time. Peace, love, tacos.